Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing the S.H.Figuarts Son Gohan from Dragon Ball Super Superhero. So this is the baseline Gohan from what a lot of people are calling the 3.0 mold for S.H.Figuarts, and after having quite a few S.H.Figuarts in hand, yeah, I agree that this is definitely a unique mold, or at least the last few figures have been a unique mold that share a lot of similarities. So this Gohan, level 4 Goku and level 4 Vegeta, they definitely feel like something new is afoot, especially in the way they sort of construct a lot of the torso and legs. It just feels just a little bit different, and it's a good different. So if you've seen my unboxing videos of the S.H.Figuarts on this channel, you'll know that I've had Gohan for a while, and I've actually got two Gohans at the moment, mainly because of the Gamma accessories and just generally the Build-A-Figure parts for the Dragon Ball Superhero figures. And I also had a whole saga with getting a Gohan that had two left arms, but I've now rectified that, and this is the replacement. This is the good one. I mean, the other one was good too, but the two left arms one had to go. It just bothered me just enough. But anyway, we'll be having a look at Gohan today. So having a look at the box, you can see there's a window into the figure, and you can see Gohan looking quite good. There's his name printed on the side. It fades depending on the angle of the light. There's a promo image on the side here. There's the comic book style promo images on the other side. There's a bunch of promo images on the back, as well as a small window and name on this side, and a better image on the bottom, so you can stack these or see them stacked on a shelf and pick out which one pretty well. This is the design that they're doing for the superhero movies. It's like this sort of copperish brown. It's quite nice. But yeah, there's nothing too crazy about this box. So let's crack it open and have a better look. So opening up, you can see the rest of that promo image, and it just makes the comic book style look way better. So just taken out of the box, you can see his accessories. So he comes with 3 faces, including the one he's already got, as well as 4 sets of hands. So he's got 2 fists, 2 sort of like ready stance hands, 2 Kamehameha hands, and 2 Masenko hands. So not a huge assortment of accessories, and when you take into account all the figures that came out after with accessories for this figure, it is a bit of a shame that it basically seems like they were planning how to do this from the very beginning and intentionally gave Gohan a light load. But he was very affordable at the time and still fairly affordable now, but his posability and the actual structure of the figure and everything like that is fantastic. So it's not that much of a shame, but it is annoying knowing where we went after this. So let's crack him out of the shell and have a better look at the figure. So here's Gohan out of the box, and you can see even without any sort of stance or anything like that, it's a nice looking figure. Now this is accurate to the Dragon Ball Superhero movie, but I think it is fairly close enough to his design during the Buu arc that you could get away with this being like a Buu Saga Gohan, especially with the Super Saiyan head sculpts that they released separately. Now, it's not exactly accurate to that, but like I said, I think it's pretty close enough that you can have him fighting Buu and stuff like that, and it'll look nice with little to no customization. I do know there are third-party sets that do actually customize this Gohan into the Buu Saga Gohan, but that's not something we're going to be looking at. So, basic aesthetics, so the sculpt looks very nice. There's not a lot of painting on modern S.H.Figuarts, but what they do have is usually quite nice. The faces are beautifully printed. Gohan just looks incredible. It is like a 3D model just come to life, and it does carry the Dragon Ball aesthetic from all angles, which is great. His hair looks good. This is Ultimate Gohan, so it's quite spiked up. It is just a touch longer than I would like, but I believe this is accurate to the superhero movie, so that's fine. I believe that the chest is painted and the color matching is quite good on this one, whereas sometimes they have a bit of issues. I don't see any real messy paint on that. I don't know if the shoulders are painted on this one just because there's no undershirt piece or anything like that, so I think that's just all bare plastic. It's just bare plastic throughout the legs as well. I think that the wrists are a separate piece too, so really not a lot of paint at all on this figure, but because of that, it is just a very, very clean sculpt. There is, however, a nub mark on the hair here where it was cut off from whatever sprue or runner it initially came on, which is a little bit of a shame. If you want to fully color match that, you need to fully repaint the hair, unfortunately, but it's off to the side and you can ignore it without issue. But the sculpt is just fantastic. He's bulky, his arms look good. I think these are still the 2.0 arms, but they just feel good and the sculpt looks nice. There's no undershirt or anything like that, so the sculpt is nice and clean. There's a deep cut and slightly circular in the chest, which allows for better posability. The waist section is redone as well. Gone are the floating pieces and just a generally better designed waist part. The legs are redesigned. It's not like a hard cut. It's rounded. It looks nice. And he's got rounded shoes, which is apparently accurate to the film as well. I haven't watched the film. I should probably do that. But generally the sculpt looks nice and it carries over onto the back as well. There is one interesting thing here where the butt is actually sculpted, which means that it will limit posability for like backwards kicks. But we have got a better structure of the legs. Instead of the massive gaping hole and very obvious hinges, we've got a more filled in piece, which is nice. So next up, we'll go through posability. So there is a ball joint at the head and it's pretty unlimited, which is nice. He can look up that far and down that far. If you engage the ab crunch, you can get quite a bit out of that as well, and he can look up that far. The newly designed abs are good. There's a nice range of motion and it's very easy to get movement without tugging on the ball joint, which is great. The arms are on a ball joint and butterfly, so you can get good movement out of that. You can rotate it around and get good range of motion. There is a double bend at the arms, and as well as a swivel at the upper arms, and as always a ball hinge at the wrists. There is a swivel at the waist, so you can get some pretty good bends and poses out of this figure. The kick can go up 90 degrees and barely any back. You can bend the knees, there's a double bend and a much better sculpt on the front of the knees as well. Yes, there are still some holes, but it's way better than what we've had in the past, and it makes the sculpt look so much better. There is a rotation at the ankle here and a hinge at the foot, and you can pivot it as well, and a bend at the toes. So we've got pretty good articulation on the Gohan. Oh, actually, we've got sideways splits, which is really good as well. So it's not the craziest articulation ever, but it's sort of like the most confident I've been in posing a figure with knowing joint tolerances and what it can and cannot achieve. It just feels very safe and easy to pose, which is great, because sometimes I'm scared of moving around my figures just in case something can't achieve what I want. This definitely feels like it can achieve pretty much everything you want straight out of the box. So yeah, it's pretty damn good. Next we'll go through its accessories. So we've got the standard serious face for Gohan, which looks quite nice. I like what Superhero did, where they started detailing in the faces just a bit more. So all S.H.Figuarts from now on just have better painted faces. And to swap the face, you just pop off the front hair and head, and then you pop out the face. Next we've got a serious shouting face, and again that same level of detail is carried over. The paintwork on the face is just fantastic. Everything looks great. And next we've got a serious teeth gritting face, which also again looks fantastic. The detail work on these faces is just perfect. It is a shame that all of the extra Gohan accessories are in other figures, because all of the faces that he's gotten so far look incredible. It is also a shame that there is a windswept hair version of his head that's only sold with the superhero Broly, and that would have been a nice addition here as well. So I will have B-roll up of him in different poses with different hands, so you can see what you can get out of this figure in the base set. And yeah, it's just generally a good figure. Originally, when it was released, very inexpensive, and you get a lot out of it even with very minor accessories. Would be great for customs, especially with like the low price point, which is why so many people love the Sand Raised on Earth Goku, just because you can do a lot with him. So yeah, it's a very good baseline figure. It'd be nice if they re-released him with a bit more, but that's not how they're doing things. You've just got to buy all the figure DLC, because you've got to buy this, you've got to buy Gamma 1, Gamma 2, Pan, Broly, Beast Gohan, Orange Piccolo, and I'm guessing they're going to do Cell Max as like the giant figure for the year, and that will probably have an accessory for someone, I don't know who. But yeah, it's a bit of a shame if you want all of Gohan's accessories, and all up he does have a ton of accessories if you're counting all the Build-A-Figure stuff. But if you want everything, it does cost an incredible amount, especially with how much of it is Pete Bandai. But yeah, annoying practices aside, this is a fantastic figure. If it had just a little bit more, it'd probably be damn near perfect. But for now, it's just really, really good. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that video, and I will see you all next time.